Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of physics, but don't worry, it's going to be a blast. We've got 10 awesome experiments lined up that you can try right at home using everyday stuff. We're talking about turning your kitchen into a science lab and unleashing your inner Einstein. We'll be launching rockets, creating lava lamps, and even defying gravity, all in the name of science. So, if you're ready to unleash some serious science fun, grab your safety goggles. Just kidding, these experiments are totally safe. And let's get this science party started. Make sure you stick around to the very end, because we've got a bonus experiment that's going to blow your mind. Get ready to be amazed because science is about to get awesome. Let's do this. Alright, science explorers. For our first experiment, we're going to build a super cool balloon rocket. This is a fun and easy project that you can do right at home with just a few simple materials. It's a great way to learn about the principles of physics while having a blast. So gather your supplies and let's get started. No, we won't be reaching outer space today, but this experiment is a perfect example of Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This law is fundamental to understanding how rockets work, and you'll see it in action with our balloon rocket. It's amazing how such a simple setup can demonstrate such a powerful concept. To build our rocket, you'll need a balloon. Any color or size will do. But the bigger the balloon, the more impressive the launch. A long piece of string, like yarn or kite string, and a straw. The string will act as the track for our rocket, and the straw will be the guide that keeps it moving in a straight line. First, thread your string through the straw. This might be a bit tricky, so take your time and make sure the string goes all the way through the straw. Now tie each end of the string to two chairs or door handles, making sure it's nice and taut. The string needs to be tight enough so that the straw can slide smoothly along it without sagging. Next, blow up your balloon but don't tie it off. We need that air to escape for our rocket launch. The more air you put in, the more powerful your rocket will be. But be careful not to overinflate it. Use a piece of tape to secure the inflated balloon to the straw. Make sure the tape is strong enough to hold the balloon in place but not so tight that it restricts the balloon's movement. Now comes the fun part. Slide your balloon rocket to one end of the string and get ready for liftoff. Make sure everyone is ready to watch because this is going to be exciting. 3, 2, 1. Let go of the balloon and watch your rocket soar. As the air rushes out of the balloon, it will push the balloon in the opposite direction along the string. See how that escaping air propels the balloon forward? This is a perfect demonstration of Newton's third law of motion. The force of the air rushing out of the balloon creates an equal and opposite force that pushes the balloon forward. That's Newton's third law in action, folks. It's incredible how such a simple experiment can teach us so much about the laws of physics. You can try this experiment with different sizes and shapes of balloons to see how it affects the rocket's speed and distance. The air rushing out creates a force that pushes the balloon in the opposite direction. Pretty cool, right? You can even experiment with different types of string or different lengths to see how it changes the rocket's performance. Science is all about experimenting and discovering new things, so don't be afraid to try different variations and see what happens. Have fun and keep exploring. Alright, science fans, get ready to transform your kitchen into a groovy lava lamp factory. This experiment is a trip back to the 70s, and it's all about exploring the fascinating world of density and chemical reactions. For this experiment, you'll need a clear glass or bottle, some vegetable oil, water, food coloring, and Alka-Seltzer tablets. First, fill your glass or bottle about 3/4 full with vegetable oil. Now carefully pour in some water. Notice how the water sinks to the bottom? That's because water is denser than oil, meaning it has more mass packed into the same amount of space. The oil, being less dense, floats on top. Now for the color. Add a few drops of your favorite food coloring. Watch as the drops sink through the oil and mix with the water below. Now for the grand finale. Break an Alka-Seltzer tablet into a few pieces and drop them into the glass one at a time. Get ready for a mesmerizing lava lamp spectacle. Those bubbling blobs you see are the result of a chemical reaction. Alright everyone, get ready for the egg drop challenge. This is going to be an exciting and educational experience for everyone involved. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, there's always something new to learn from this classic experiment. This is a classic science experiment that's all about protecting a fragile egg from a perilous fall. The goal is simple. Create a contraption that will keep your egg intact when dropped from a significant height. But achieving that goal? Well, that's where the fun and challenge come in. You'll need an egg, obviously, and then it's time to get creative with your building materials. We're talking cardboard, bubble wrap, and anything else you can think of that might cushion the fall. The more inventive you get, the better your chances of success. Packing peanuts, pillows, the works. Look around your house for anything that might help. Old newspapers, cotton balls, even those plastic bags you get from the grocery store can be repurposed for this project. The key is to think outside the box and use materials in ways you might not have considered before. The goal here is to create a protective container that can absorb as much impact energy as possible when the egg hits the ground. This means you'll need to think about how to distribute the force of the impact so that it doesn't all concentrate on one spot and crack the egg. Think of yourself as an engineer designing a crash test vehicle, except instead of a fancy car, you've got a raw egg. Your job is to make sure that egg survives the fall, just like a car engineer's job is to make sure the passengers survive a crash. And trust me, the stakes are just as high because no one wants to clean up scrambled eggs off the sidewalk. Plus, there's the added bonus of bragging rights if your egg survives the drop. So, gather your materials, put on your thinking caps, and get ready to design the ultimate egg-protecting contraption. This is your chance to show off your creativity and engineering skills. Because no one wants to clean up scrambled eggs off the sidewalk. It's messy, it's smelly, and it's a reminder that your design didn't quite work out. But that's okay, because every failure is just a step towards success. Now, before you unleash your inner engineer, let's talk strategy. Planning is crucial in this experiment. You can't just throw some materials together and hope for the best. You need a well-thought-out plan. You've got to consider a few things. First, how are you going to cushion the egg's fall? More padding often means a softer landing, but too much padding can make your contraption bulky and unwieldy. First, how are you going to cushion the egg's fall? More padding often means a softer landing. Think about using layers of different materials to create a cushioning effect. For example, you might start with a layer of bubble wrap, then add some cotton balls, and finish with a layer of foam. More padding often means a softer landing, but remember, it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. The type of padding you use can make a big difference. Some materials are better at absorbing impact than others, so choose wisely. Second, what shape will distribute the force most effectively? Think about those crumple zones on cars. They're designed to absorb impact and protect the passengers inside. Your egg drop contraption should work on the same principle. Think about those crumple zones on cars. They're designed to absorb impact. The shape of your container can help distribute the force of the impact more evenly, reducing the chances of your egg breaking. They're designed to absorb impact. You might want to experiment with different shapes to see which one works best. For example, a cone shape might help distribute the force more evenly than a square shape. And finally, what materials will give you the best protection to weight ratio? You don't want your contraption to be too heavy or it'll plummet like a rock. Lightweight materials that can still provide good cushioning are ideal. You don't want your contraption to be too heavy or it'll plummet like a rock. Balance is key. You need to find materials that are light enough to keep your contraption from falling too fast, but strong enough to protect the egg, or it'll plummet like a rock. So, think carefully about the materials you choose. Sometimes, the lightest materials can provide the best protection. For example, foam and bubble wrap are both lightweight and excellent at absorbing impact. Once you've gathered your materials and come up with a plan, it's time to start building. Take your time and make sure everything is secure. Test your contraption from a low height first to see how it performs, and make adjustments as needed. And remember, the most important part of this challenge is to have fun and learn something new. Whether your egg survives the drop or not, you'll have gained valuable experience and knowledge. So, get out there and give it your best shot. Alright, science fans, buckle up because we're about to make something really cool. A butterfly that moves with the power of static electricity. Imagine the look on your friends' faces when you show them this neat trick. It's not just a fun activity, it's a fantastic way to learn about the wonders of science right in your living room. It's like magic, but with more science. Static electricity is one of those phenomena that seems almost too good to be true. You can see it, feel it, and even hear it sometimes, but it's all based on real scientific principles. This experiment will help you understand how static electricity works and why it can make objects move without touching them. And trust me, this is way cooler than trying to pull a tablecloth out from under a stack of dishes. While that classic trick is fun, it doesn't teach you much about the science behind it. With our butterfly experiment, you'll get hands-on experience with static electricity, and you'll be able to explain the science behind the magic to anyone who asks. For this experiment, you'll need some simple stuff you probably already have lying around the house. We're talking construction paper, which is perfect for crafting because it's sturdy yet flexible. You can choose any color you like, but bright colors will make your butterfly stand out even more. Scissors, which you'll use to cut out the shape of your butterfly. Be careful while cutting. And if you're a younger scientist, make sure to ask an adult for help. A pen or pencil is essential for drawing the outline of your butterfly before you cut it out. You can get creative with the design, adding patterns or decorations to make your butterfly unique, and the star of the show, a balloon. Balloons are great for generating static electricity because they can hold a charge when rubbed against certain materials. Plus, they're fun to play with even after the experiment is over. Yeah, the same kind you use to make balloon animals or accidentally let go of at a party. Balloons are versatile and can be used in many different experiments, but today, we're focusing on their ability to generate static electricity. Now I know what you're thinking. How can we possibly make a butterfly flap its wings with just a balloon? It sounds like something out of a fairy tale, but it's all about understanding the science behind static electricity. When you rub the balloon on your hair or a piece of wool, it builds up a static charge. This charge can then be used to move lightweight objects like our paper butterfly. Well, that's where the magic of static electricity comes in. Static electricity occurs when there is an imbalance of electric charges within or on the surface of a material. When you rub the balloon, electrons are transferred from one material to another, creating a static charge. This charge can attract or repel other objects depending on their own charge. It's a force of nature that can attract or repel objects, making it a fascinating topic to explore. You'll see how the static charge on the balloon can make your paper butterfly move, almost as if by magic. This experiment is a great way to see the principles of physics in action and to understand how forces work in the real world, kind of like an invisible superpower. Imagine having the ability to move objects without touching them, just like a superhero. Static electricity might not give you superhuman strength, but it does give you a glimpse into the invisible forces that shape our world. And today we're going to harness that power. By the end of this experiment, you'll not only have a cool new craft to show off, but you'll also have a deeper understanding of the science behind static electricity. You'll be able to explain how it works and maybe even inspire others to explore the wonders of science. So, gather up your materials and get ready for some hands-on fun. This is a perfect activity for a rainy day, a science fair project, or just a fun way to spend an afternoon. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to create something so impressive with just a few simple materials. And let's get started on this electrifying experiment. Follow along step by step, and don't be afraid to get creative with your butterfly design. The more unique and colorful, the better. This is your chance to combine art and science in a way that's both educational and entertaining. You'll be amazed at what a little bit of static cling can do. It's a simple concept, but the results are truly magical. You'll see how the static charge on the balloon can make your butterfly's wings move, creating the illusion of flight. It's a great way to learn about the principles of physics while having a lot of fun. Get ready to create your own fluttering friend. It's going to be epic. By the end of this experiment, you'll have a beautiful paper butterfly that flaps its wings with the power of static electricity. It's a fun and educational project that you can share with friends and family, and it's sure to spark a love of science in anyone who tries it. Hey there, fellow science enthusiasts! Today we're diving into the world of optics by building our very own periscopes. And the best part? We're doing it all with stuff you can find right at home. Now, a periscope might sound like some high-tech gadget, but it's actually based on a super simple principle, the reflection of light. We're going to bend light rays around corners to see things that are normally hidden from view. It's like having X-ray vision, but with mirrors. For this experiment, you'll need 2 small mirrors. You know, the kind you use to check your teeth or make sure you don't have spinach stuck in them. We'll also be using some cardboard, tape, a ruler, and a pen or pencil. Don't worry, no fancy tools required. So grab your materials and get ready to unlock the secrets of light reflection. By the end of this experiment, you'll be seeing the world from a whole new perspective, literally. Well, there you have it, folks. 5 awesome physics experiments that you can easily do at home with everyday materials. It's a great way to learn and have fun together. Remember, science is everywhere, and it's a lot more fun than you might think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these experiments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome science content. See you next time.